G'day everyone, Teenic back here again in Transport Fever on the River Delta map. We are settled just outside or just above or just up the road from, or I don't know, we're somewhere near Oxenhausen or whatever it's called. Yes, Oxenhausen. Look at me remembering names and then doubting myself, for sure. We are sitting up here at the oil well, which will be the focus of today's episode, because I really want to do something with this oil well and the oil refinery down here at Brackenheim. Now that's going to be a number of steps we have to go through to realise that, which I'll go through in a minute. But first of all, I did notice doing my little fly around, I'm like, oh, what's there to see around here? This farm has really ramped production up because obviously the food processing plant is begging for more grain and cattle, as well as the chemical plant begging for more grain now that we've opened up another market for plastic. So I figured before we get started dealing with oil, we should really get on and do something about this backlog here at the farm. So we got to find ourselves a convenient depot because that one there won't see much effect. It'll go up this end first. So do we have a depot down here we can do something with? No. Okay. With the nearest depot we've got pointing in the right direction is probably Brackenheim or Halver. So I guess we're just going to let it make a trip empty and that'll have to be fine. But that's okay. Do we have any new wagons? I don't actually think so. We could probably take it off pause too, by the way. So let's have a look. Freight wagons. Yeah, okay. So we've got this Finnish four-wheel wagon, which is only good for 60 k's an hour and 6 capacity. The American gondola, really want to try and avoid using the American models if I can. Or at least the default ones anyway. It does have a better capacity though. This one's got a capacity of 8. Look, you know what? I guess we just stick with what works. We haven't got electrification up here, and we have got a diesel, but it's American, so bugger off. So let's have a look. What are our options? We're probably going to go the German again, because I do like this German train. It has a waving man. It's capable of a reasonable speed, got a reasonable amount of power and tractive effort. I mean, the Austrians are they're a bit slow. I love the Austrians. They cost a bit to run, and they are a bit slow. And I'm fairly sure that the Germans we've got on this route are getting the job done. That's not what I wanted. They're getting the job done quite well. So let's have a look. So that's an Austrian train there. 2.39 last year. And what about the German? Only 2.1 last year. I wonder if that's just a fluke or if that's... yeah, because the Austrian's been consistently outperforming him. Okay, well, let's have a look at the grain one, because maybe there is an argument to be had. Oh, they're both German. Okay, well, that's a poor argument to find. Okay, well, maybe we do go the German, but we don't write the Austrians off just yet. Whoops-a-daisy. So let's go ahead and grab one of these fellas, and then we'll load him up with some more wagons. The reason I've got 400-meter stations, by the way, is so that in the future we can run less trains, but really big ones. In fact, actually, why don't we... why don't we go with the Austrian and just run a bigger train? That's the whole reason I set up the big stations. So, the Austrians can haul more. 70 k's an hour is probably the best we can do. The tank can do 85, but if we're going to go with a slightly underpowered engine, we may as well go with the with the tender there from Germany. So okay, let's just try it as a bit of an experiment. Grab an Austrian. Not literally, don't actually go out, find an Austrian backpacker and grab them. They tend to arrest you for that. And let's go ahead. How many wagons have you got? You've got 120 capacity. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get a bit beyond 120. Let's aim for... We've run out of money right on 120. Well, that's almost like it's a sign that I'm going to completely ignore. So it's 136, 144, 152. Let's see how we go with 152. What's that? 208 meters. I'm pretty sure I've upgraded all the stations on this route to be 400 meters, so that should be fine. Do we want another one? 160, yeah, that's a nice round number. Let's aim for 160 capacity. Now you, my friend, are going to go chuff off on the grain and stone route. And obviously we'll need to extend the loan a bit more to buy a second train for cattle and food and goods and such forth. So go ahead, and again, we'll try that same idea again. We'll grab another Austrian. Now, these are pretty interchangeable. Hang on. No, you're cheaper to run. You have more power. Which one did I just build? Don't be shy. Hello. Which one are you? You are the 380. Okay, is that the one I wanted? No, that's the 170. 380. There you are. Well, yeah, the same speed, so you are more expensive to run though. But that's okay, because you are making a good profit. So I'll take the extra power, because we are running the extra length train, and we'll go ahead and whack on a bunch of Verbandswagens up to 160 capacity until we run out of money, which will just bump up the loan there. So last time, bought a new steel train, didn't have to extend the loan. This time, can't even do anything without extending the loan momentously. But that's okay. We'll pay it off in good time, like we just started there. So that's fine. Obviously, we'll be earning money while we're trying to set up this oil route. So, everything will work out there. So that's fine. So now let's see how long a train you are, because you're a very proud Austrian engine. Big fan. And the other one's trying to push you out of the way, mate. Just if you want to get a wriggle on, he's a bit keen. But that is a nice long train. So hopefully the additional train plus the extra length will make a bit of a dent in our grain stockpile there at the farm. And then of course once he's clear, we can send in the next fella. We should probably put a little dolly signal just outside of the... We don't have any money. Okay, we'll borrow some money. Then we'll put a little cheeky dolly signal just outside the depot, so he can at least come out this far and reveal himself to the world. Oh look, here comes one of your fellow trains. So you are making good money there, my friend. So these guys should have no trouble. Now, are you going to push through the dolly ahead of this bloke who's loaded with 120 cattle, or are you going to wait patiently? No, you're going to wait patiently. Oh, and here comes the log train too. It's ruddy peak hour down here in Rothenthal. That's where we are, right? Rothenfell. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. So yes, we've got a good display of European motive power here. We've got a handsome German coming through, and everyone wave at the fireman. Hello, fireman. I'm waving. You better believe I'm waving. Yes, and we've got an Austrian coming out here with the cattle train, and I think the same Austrian, or you might be the other one. You might be the 280. No, you're the 170. So you're a bit older and smaller. So yes, that's your bigger brother there, with a nice full load of logs there going to the sawmill, and still plenty of logs left over there. That's good. And we can pay the loan down a bit there. Good. Excellent. So, as I was saying, today I want to hook up this oil well with this oil refinery here. Then I want to bring the oil down back to here to go up to the chemical plant to be turned into plastic. We can't do that as we stand at the moment, but we don't have much that we need to do. So first of all, we need to somehow connect up this oil well to the existing line. I did consider at one point building a station up here, but I think I'll just road haul it down here and load it onto a train on this siding here because, well, it's already there. Let's be honest. So then we can use this siding, and I will be electrifying this line all the way around here because, well, it's either that or we unload the oil here and load it onto a second train that is electric to get it up the hill. And I just don't know if I can be bothered dicking around like that. I just think that seems like a bit of a waste of time. So we'll electrify it. We'll bring the oil all the way down. It'll actually route through the passenger line there because that's a far quicker journey than going through the steel mill. We'll bring the oil up here to the refinery where we need to build a siding. He'll then unload the oil and load up with fuel, which we'll bring down. We'll drop some off here. Fuel and processed oil, I should say. We'll drop some fuel off here for the town. Then we'll come through here. We'll need to build a bridge and connection over here to this station here. He can drop off the processed oil and any fuel here for obviously the processed oil going up there and the fuel going into town. Then we need to put a connection in between this line, and then he returns back here to the siding. So simple, right? Well, let's see if it can take us an hour and a half or whatever the last episode where we had to fix something took. Yeah, we'll see how we go. So where's the actual driveway? Oh, it's all the way over there. That makes it difficult. Although it's actually not too expensive to put a truck stop there, so I'm okay with that. How many trucks are using this? Just the one. That's good. Okay, so we don't have to expand that terminal. We just have to set a line up going down there, and we will have to rename these stations, obviously, because we haven't gotten around to it before. That's Ostenhausen Oil Wells, and Ostenhausen North will be Ostenhausen Goods Factory. Yes, okay, good. What do we call this one? Branch. Okay, we obviously haven't given that a name yet. That's Goods Siding. No, Siding. Siding has two I's. And what's this one down here? Ostenhausen Exchange. I'll say lower. Goods Siding. And let's just change this to upper, just so we're consistent. Got to be consistent, at least in each episode. So that's good. And then this will be oil Ochsenhausen. Yes, good. Okay, fantastic. That does exactly what it says on the tin. Takes oil down there. Now, we need to whack a second platform in here. How expensive is that going to be? Very. Oh, we're in the red. Okay, well, that explains why that's very expensive. That's fine. Yeah, okay, so that's not too bad. And we will remember to add catenary. So it's free if I add it when I'm already modifying the station, but if, heaven forbid, I forget and want to add it later, it'll charge me 123 grand. So congratulations for that. So good. Now we probably won't bother double tracking this line right away, although we could if we wanted to. You know, just saying. If we wanted to, we could. I'm not holding back. Just on you know, politeness. But yeah, I just don't think it's necessary until we really start ramping up the number of trains we're running, which we will in time. So let's go, what do we got? 59, 60, there we go. Can we put a diamond in going the other way? Will it allow it? It will. Will it be janky though? It will. It looks okay. I don't see any obvious bumps and hiccups. Okay, good. We don't have to spend half an hour building the perfect junction. So you've gone and wired yourself up all the way down here. That's great. Have you wired the bridge up? No, that's where you drew the line. Okay, this is good to know. This is good to know. Now we want to do this track here, and obviously this connection here. I will do the rest of the junction just for when we come to electrify the coal line, because if demand starts going up at the steel mill, as I said, we'll start seeing more coal. Oh, there we go. We've already seen the coal start ramping up. That's good. That's what we want. We want the iron ore to ramp up as well. But yeah, when that happens, we will electrify those lines as well, just to speed up delivery and increase the horsepower available. So we definitely need to double track this down to the junction though, because we'll be running numerous trains along here. So that is something we can't afford. Good. That's what the bank's for. The bank gives us money. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we've got to remember to electrify the other track that we already have. If we could do it in big sections, please, that'd make the episode go a lot quicker. Not that I want to get rid of you guys, I'm just saying that it'd be faster, and thus we could do more stuff. So get rid of these points because we no longer need them. And yeah, wire up both tracks coming up here. Excellent, good stuff. So we should really take this opportunity to rebuild this junction because this has been bugging me for a little while. So if we go ahead and run this down like that. No, hang on, you're going to be difficult. Like that. Yes, okay, that's a good start. They're probably a bit quick actually. It might have. No, it hasn't broken anything. Good. Okay. Yeah, run that down like that. Then, of course, we've got this weird little wibble before it kicks into the curve. So if we actually get rid of that, back it off to there where the junction actually starts, we should be able to connect this straight to the curve. And just, I mean, it might only put the speed up by a tiny bit, but better than nothing, am I right? And you've gone ahead and whacked a stanchion in the middle of the track. Okay, well, I tried. I tried playing nice, but you wanted to be difficult. You started this. Just remember that. Okay, so when are you going to not put a stanchion in the middle of the track? That's not an option. Okay, this is good. This is good to know. Good to know. This is fine. What if we bring it out? No, there's just no way. You're guaranteed a stanchion in the middle of your track. Quite disappointed with that. Really, I'm very upset. I guess we just have to make our peak. Oh, here we go. We've gotten away with it. Yes, it got rid of the stanchion, but then sunk the ballast there, so that's also not great. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's try a different way. Let's try the old way again. No, don't. I'm just trying to fix this junction. Don't mess with me. So let's go with about 70. Okay, so far no stanchions in the middle of anything, and then bring this out like that. That's 120. That's probably a bit quick for a set of points. I like to keep it slightly realistic. There you go. You've gone ahead and whacked a stanchion as close as possible without actually getting in the way. Or have you? No, that's pretty good. Okay. Admittedly, this bit of curve here at 50 something is not great. What's that? 57. Yeah, so we'll now back that off now that we're happy. God, it's going to take me forever to build this line just because I'm going to be dicking around with the track constantly. There you go. Okay. So basically, we've just gone ahead and rebuilt what we had before. Yep, that seems about right. So you just go in there. Yep, we've literally just rebuilt what we had before, and we didn't fix anything. So good work, us. But the main thing is we've got wires now, and a stanchion that's pretty close to, but not foul of the other line. So counting that as a win. So again, we're wiring up here, and then we're... Oh, no, autosave's having a go. That's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Whatever. Ooh, we can pay the loan back a bit. That's good. Until the end of the month, then we'll need to withdraw it again because we'll pay for our running costs. So make sure we do this track branching off here for the goods line, and then we're swinging around this way, and then we should have caught up to the bit we've already electrified for when we run the passenger trains further down here. So any gaps? Oh, we have a nasty gap here. That's not great. Now we don't need to electrify that track because it doesn't actually go anywhere yet, but we do need to do all these red bits here. Whether we use them or not, we just need to make sure we've done everything. So that's all good down here. I will also need to electrify right around the corner here towards the steel yard, because even though the train will only be going one way this way, I'd like to make sure it can be all electrified, so when we come back and run an electric steel train, we don't find we're missing a bit. And oh god, this is going to be fun to do. Should have built this as electric. I always knew I was going to electrify down here. Okay, get that. Yep, good. Yep, okay, fantastic. Yep, get that bit, there we go. Who's taking bets on whether I miss a bit, by the way? Because you know what's going to happen. There's bit, there's bit, there's bit, there's bit. Okay. Oh, hello. Yes, I know you're celebrating the wires, but they will be your eventual death. So, you know, good luck to you. Plenty of slag waiting, which is good, because hopefully this train will finally start making a profit. Although it's not likely. A man can dream, can't he? We're mostly taking the slag away to double the steel production, let's be honest. And we've got 78 waiting to go up the hill, so that ain't no slouch. Eventually we'll be able to, now that we've electrified that good siding, we'll be able to run one steel train from here straight through to here, stopping at the steel mill both ways, just to simplify things. But for now, you know, we'll run the separate ones, because I don't see any need in getting rid of the existing train. Sorry, we're going to just pause to appreciate this view is awesome. That was also terrible English grammar. Probably. I don't actually know. But yes, look at that, sweeping around the edge of the hill and going into the tunnel. Loving it. Also, hello steel train. And you are even taking some tools down the hill as well. You are a modern hero. Haven't broken even yet, but that's okay. Early days, early days. You're doing better than some of our trains have in the first year, so I'm not going to ask too much of you. That's a fun terrain alignment collision. Yes, that's good. That's exactly what we want to happen. No, I want to de-snap. And as I said, we've run out of money. I kind of called it. Can we keep it flat? We can, but it is somewhat elevated. How's that treat us? Well, we do kind of want to go up anyway, so maybe we shouldn't be paralleling a station. Maybe we should be coming along this way. Yeah, it's probably a bit better. It will minimize the land we need to destroy, but not, you know, completely remove it. We'll remove the need anyway. So let's just smooth that out a bit, make it look a bit more natural, and get rid of this ugly little Stegosaurus crest here. There we go. Is it a Stegosaurus that has the big crest down the back? I don't know. Well, we had one and now it's gone. So just like the Stegosaurus, it's extinct. Now, if we want to drag that over there, what sort of business are we looking at? We're still looking at an uphill. Okay, this is good to know. This is fine. This is information we can use. Building a station here is going to be a little tricky. Now, if I build a street out like this and attach a station to this street, is that going to be in range of the refinery? Place your bets, people. I'm not sure. I don't think it will be. Okay, well, there's a little one. Okay, no, it will be. Okay, cool. Well, that's exciting. That means we don't have to come all the way around here. Obviously, we want a bigger station than that, though. I want 400 meters of station. I want 400 meters of not being able to align the terrain, because of course you can't. Come on. Play nice. Be nice. Be your best friend. No, you're going to be difficult. Well, what if we put it on a hill? What if we go down here? We go all the way down, and we say uphill. Is that helpful? Not in the slightest. Okay, what if we say downhill? Not helping at all. Well, it's helped a little as far as I can tell. Okay, what if we increase the slope? Nope, you're still disappointed, and that's mostly because it's going the wrong way. Yep, still disappointed, and now you're out of range of the thing. Yes, okay. Cool. Unable to align terrain. Is that because there's too much hill over there? Is the hill picking on you? Because I can fix the hill. You just watch me. We'll just... Oh, ran out of money. Okay, borrow. And then... Yep, ran out of money again. This does not seem a good way to spend the bank loan, by the way. Because if this doesn't work, we've just literally pissed the loan away on dirt. Which I'm pretty sure is exactly what I just did. Oh, hang on. Did it go for a second there? I thought the red disappeared. It did. Okay. If we go over there, we're fine. So back the road off. Let's just wedge it in wherever it works. Just squeeze it in. Just jam it in there. It'll be fine. Okay. That's good. Let's take that. Good. Okay. Now, let's just pray when we reconnect the road, it's in range. Please, 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 please. Booyah. Boo to the ya, to the ya, ya, ya. We are pretty close to falling off the edge of the world, though. No, we don't want to lower, we want to smooth. We've run out of money. That's fine. That's fine. Aesthetics are important, so let's just whoopity, 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 whoop. There we go. Now, how are we going to go connecting this up to our existing railway? That's actually pretty simple and pretty cheap. Yeah, I mean, a bit of landscaping at this end was unavoidable, but yeah, that's really simple. I'm really happy with that. I mean, we could almost, if we could con the industry coming up here, we could almost turn this into the distribution center because it's so close to town. But instead, we'll just put a cheeky truck stop in here and truck it down there, truck the fuel down there anyway. Obviously, we won't be trucking anything else down there because we're already trucking it in from here. I said trucking too many times, so you know that's good. Okay, so now that we've connected that up there. We probably want a signal down here because I didn't think of that when I put the signals in the first time, did I? No, that'd be too easy. I'll just put a dwarf signal down so I can forget it's there. And you moved the stanchions. Is that important? I don't know. But, you know, good for you for trying. So that's fine. So now we're working our way back down the hill. That's all fine. We want to be able to swing through here, so we should have a vacant platform. 6 and 7, wonderful. So we can stop off here on the way. Oh, it's October. We should probably look at getting the loan down before we move into the new year. Of course, then he's going to swing around here on the existing line, and we get to this junction here where we're going to need to bridge across to the other side of the river and come into the back of this station here. So we may as well capitalize on the existing junction, and we may as well set up for 2 tracks, even if we don't use them to start with, if that makes any sense. So we'll bosh this signal out of the way, and we'll go ahead and whack in a set of points here. Yep, let's just play chicken with all the stanchions. Hello, passenger train. Hi. Good for you. And then whack in a set of points here. Nope, that's not going to fit. Too close to the existing ones. All good. All good. It's fine. I'll just move just a bit down the road. That's okay. So let's just drop in. Let's even say 65. Yeah, look at me living life on the edge. And you've put a staunch in the middle of my track. Okay, cool. Back that off. Don't even care. Now, let's see if we can get this around on a better angle. So maybe if we put a track here to snap to, we can get that to snap a bit better. There you go. Now you don't have a staunch. You do have a staunch and foul of the tracks. Okay, wonderful. Good work. Good job. Good job. Maybe if we move the snap point up a bit. So say to about here. Get rid of that, and bring you in like this. No, you won't connect that way, of course not. How about like that? You've gone ahead and put a stanchion in the middle of my tracks. Well frickin' done. Also, hello. There goes the slag train. Well, he's carrying more slag than usual. That's good. Nearly a full train. So it's definitely improving. Whether it turns a profit or not, I don't know. But that's the more important track. That's the one we actually needed to build. So this other one is just future-proofing. So now that we've done that, we've got to spin around slightly, keeping it flat, and get a nice little bridge across the river. And we definitely have to make sure ships can pass under this one, folks, because if we don't, I know one very unhappy camper and his friend. That would be ship 1 and ship 2. Okay, let's try and get an 80k bit of track here. If we can. Ooh, there we go. We had 80. Yes, good. Keeping it flat. Yes, loving it. And you across as well. Now, please tell me we can fit a ship under this bridge. That would have been too good to be true. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We'll back it off a bit. Yeah, we'll back it off a smidge more, and we'll bring it around. Yeah, see, we can do this. And now what we do is we pick up. That's probably pigged up too much. We want to pig down a bit. Okay, try that. What's that? That's 113. Well, that's a lot more than 80. Okay, let's try for 110 maybe. Oh, we're building the inner track first anyway, you dingus. Okay, so bring this around like this. We're aiming for 110 because we're probably just going to put a 90k bridge on there anyway. And let's see if we can build a bridge of suitable height there. That's working well. Yep, thanks autosave. That's just, yep, okay, that ship is definitely going to have no chance of getting under there. We can try and arch it, but that just looks ridiculous. So, yeah, that did not go our way at all. Okay, back that off. Let's just, yeah, forget we ever did that. You know, thanks to the miracles of editing, I could, but I won't because I'd like to live with my mistakes. Bring this down here. We definitely don't want to keep going downhill. We definitely want to go uphill, or keep it flat at least. Yeah, let's... can we pick up a little bit? Not too much? No, because then we're just sort of embanking for the sake of it. Well, how high does it get over here? It gets a bit higher here, so if you follow that railway line, we might actually get away with this. So we'll put the railway line in we're going to snap to. So that comes to about here. And then we'll snap in the actual railway lines like this. Actually, we only need one of them, so yes, we'll... yeah, we only need the one going towards the freight station, which is this outermost one. So we'll just build that one and forget about the other one for now. So get rid of all that. Now, can we use the natural altitude we've picked up here to launch ourselves over the river? I don't think we can. Yes, okay, good. No, bad. Okay, not good, not good. Up. Yes? Still no. Are you serious? We've gone about as up as we're going to get. Oh, come on, surely you can fit under there. Ooh. We have a glimmer of hope. Yep, okay. Now we've created some sort of archaic roller coaster, so that's not great. Yes, because if we can't get ships under this bridge, we will have to replace the ships with a new train, and I am going to do that eventually, as I've said, but just not yet, you know, because I don't wanna. Okay, so drop this down like that, and then yeah, we just need to back it off to the curve here. So to about here. Okay, that's 89. Can we get better? We can do 90. We can do 90. 90's fine. Okay, good. Now, give me a bridge. And I want it to be flat. No, flat. Okay, you can get a ship under there, but only barely. And for some reason, it doesn't want to put a bridge in there. I don't understand why. So we've made a meal of that, haven't we? Okay, so let's back this off again. We're gonna have to try again. We're gonna have to back it all the way off here. Okay, so this is why I left a bit of a buffer here. So if we do want to go up at a slightly higher altitude, we can get away with that without being too much of a problem. So you, yes, definitely stay flat, but go up a bit more if you can. Yes, okay, so keep it flat. Now we want to keep it slightly on the incline. Just pig up a little bit, just like that. I mean, obviously we're building a giant, ugly embankment, but I don't see a way around that. We're also building the wrong track. Okay, here we go. We got bridge. Bridge is good. Turn it into an embankment for now, or maybe we can't. Maybe we have to bridge. I just don't like having a hump in my bridge. Okay, so if we drag this across, making it flat, it's abysmal. Okay, that's not good. Okay, how are we going to do this? We're going to have to... Okay, maybe we're coming about this the wrong way. Maybe we're branching off the wrong track. What if we back all of this off? I know we spent all that time getting the junction-y bit right, but what if we're going about this the wrong way? What if instead of trying to go over the water from the low point, we go over the water from the high point? So we have we rebuild this junction so we have a split in the middle here, and we follow this track up the hill and then launch ourselves over. How would that work? Let's just spitball that. That would work much better. Yeah, okay, good to know. Okay, so the first thing we should be building is the bridge. So let's say we want to come from here and go over here. Won't work. Okay, good to know. So say about here to here. How about that? Will that work? No, you're going to get really shitty because of this track here. That's fine. Cool. That's cool. So if we pig up a bit, we can fit a bridge in over here. Keep it flat. That in itself is fine. Okay, good. What if we drag it over the river? That's going to let ships go underneath it. We just got to get the angle right. Okay, well, let's actually make it the viaduct, because that's what we want. Yes, okay, so the supports are still going to get in the way a little bit. Unless we bring it... Is there a way to get it? No, then we're way too much of an angle here. Okay. This is a solution we're going to find. We just have to find it. Maybe we want to put the bridge in here, but then we're duplicating the line then. That's just kind of annoying, because then we're running a railway line down both sides. No, I think we can do it. I think we can get it from here over to there. Because that's definitely working. It's just not leaving much room for the ships to pass underneath. And then, of course, we've got the problem of trying to get down on the other side. So if we... Okay, page up and page down isn't doing anything. Probably because I've locked that in. So what if we page down a bit? Yeah, okay, so we've got quite a bit of clearance over here. That's good. Okay, so maybe we build the bridge from this side over this way, and we see how that goes. Okay, that's not bad. There we go. Okay, so we've got the bridge to clear the other line, provided we can get the bridge pillars out of the way. I said provided we can get the bridge pillars out of the way. Provided we can get the bridge pillars out of the way. There we go, that's done. Okay, so then we should be able to get it to smoothly transition in here. And it should be fairly simple at this end to put a curve around into the station there. And of course, now we can't get a ship underneath. So, you know, that's exactly what we don't want. There we go. That's got the ship coming underneath. So we can lower it. Okay, that's the point of no return there. Good. Told you this wouldn't be quick and easy. So let's run that like that, shall we? Yes, I think that's all right. Are there better bridges with less supports? No, you've still got the supports in the same spot, unfortunately. Yeah, there's no getting around it. Let's just go the viaduct. Yes, okay. So click the tick, take it, because it's the best we're going to do under the circumstances, until we get rid of the ships anyway. Now, what sort of curve are you looking at to get down here? About 60-ish. Okay, but that's okay. We can remove the road. The road isn't a problem. I mean, the game will whinge about it, but I don't really mind. Okay, so small rural road, because no one's using it. We can just cheap out like that. He says cheap out, but really it cost 100 grand. So that in itself is fine. Now that needs to connect up with this side of the track over here. So we need to put a junction in, say, here. Okay, that's fine. What are you looking at to connect up to here, though? You're looking at a bit of a climb, aren't you? Yeah, it's not too bad. We just got to figure out the points. That's okay. So we come down here. Why don't we put a track in here like this and connect you up sort of... Oh, that's not going to work, is it? No, because of the hill. No, that didn't work. Okay, nice idea. Not great in practice, though. So we spear a track off like this. No, you're still arguing with that track. That's okay. It's okay. We can do it here. See? We got this. This is fine. Please don't put a stanchion in the middle of my points. Are you going to do it? You got away with it that time. That's fine. So we'll run it up here to try and keep it in parallel and minimize the grade. And you've still got a heck of a hill. Well, we'll just have to get a good run up, won't we? So that's okay. Eventually, we will need to sort this out. Oh, we've just invented the Zephyr thing, which is an American train, so I don't want it. So now let's bring this down. Oh, you're still trying to go uphill. Explain. Why are you trying to go uphill? Is it because we put the bridge in too low on this side? Of course it is. Good work, us. So let's aim for about 90 k's an hour, seeing as that's the bridge speed. And keeping it flat would probably be beneficial. What happens if we join it up there? Yeah, we want to keep it on the flat side. So something like that. And yeah, maybe a little hill, because that should be fine. Now we need to connect up with a through platform that's not being used. That's going to be interesting. So 1 and 2 are free, but we're going to terminate with them. 6 and 7 are through tracks. We can go to one of them. Or we can just bump someone else over there, really. So why don't we just see what we're aiming for? So that's going to be the default one. But that's 114 to get there. Yeah, that's not too bad. We can connect all of these up. So we'll bring this one out like that. And then we'll use this one here. This one here seems to be a winner. And we'll just boot the... who's using that? The stone train. Okay, well, you, my friend, I'm sorry, you're going over to Terminal 6, which might actually be better for you, because it might be faster in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, it'll be faster in anyway. So that's fine. So yeah, we'll whack in a set of points there, and a set of points there. Let's aim for about 65 if we can. Fantastic. As I said, we'll double track all this later when we actually need to, but for now, we've only got the train going one way, so it should be fine. Oh, now we've got security magnets attached to our signals. I don't know what that means, but I get the feeling we should be doing that. Well, I'm just going to put a block signal here. That doesn't come with a magnet, so I hope that's not important. And of course, down here, we want to put a home signal in. Let's put a security magnet on this one. There goes autosave. Oh, I see. It's like a train stop. Oh, yes, we've got those in Australia. So, yes, if you go through the red signal, it automatically stops your train. Pretty smart piece of technology, if you ask me. Now we need a home signal with a yellow light because points. That's the logic I'm using, and I'm going to stick to it. So drop that one in there. And that way the oil train, when he's loaded with oil and fuel, can now come into this platform here. We will need to electrify this station. Yep, told you, charges me money. And now we've got to electrify out this end. So we may as well electrify all the tracks just because, again, if I come back and electrify another line in the future, I want to make sure I haven't missed anything down here just for the sake of, I mean, look at it, it's like $4 grand to electrify a big section of track. So it's really, really simple. Now, this section here, I was having a bit of a think about it. I'm glad it's only electrified as far as the bridge because we've already gone further than I actually wanted to. We can fit extra tracks under this bridge. And by extra, I mean probably one, maybe two. So what I want to do is turn the catenary off, and bear with me, this will all make sense in a minute. And I want to bring this track in and around the curve here and snap it into about here, maybe a little bit further, around like that. Yes, that's fine. What I want to do now is transfer the existing tracks over one to the right. So this track here will feed into this one here will feed into the old one going in this direction, and then down at the station here we will have a dedicated electric track running up and around here to connect up with this line without getting in the way of all the other trains, because I figure that way he can come off this this last top siding here and just come straight onto his track and not get in anyone else's way. I figure that's probably going to be the best way to do it. It might not, but well, we'll soon find out, won't we? So I want to bring this track around here to connect up with this. So that might involve a bit of signal bulldozing. That's okay. We have the technology. It's called a bulldozer. So bring this around, yeah, and bring it in here at say 85. Yeah, that's not too bad. And that's good. But okay, so this is the new inbound track. So we are going to want to scooch this signal out of the way. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were coming up to that signal. We'll just line of sight it. Just don't prang anyone else. I'm sure you'll be fine. So yeah, whack in a set of points there so everyone can get across to whatever track they want. And I wouldn't mind whacking in another set of points here, just so they can avoid each other if they possibly can. So for example, if he's coming in here, someone else can come in around him in theory. But that's okay. That's given us a bit more room to move there. So obviously we'll need to replace the signal we just ripped out. So we'll go with this fancy one that shows yellow light because reasons. Now, if you've come into this back platform here, you can still get out wherever you want, can't you? Yes, although the points are a bit hilly. I don't know why. But that's fine. Okay, good. So now that we've done that, we need to scooch this signal over a bit. Oh god, there's so many signals to choose from. And get rid of this one. Boom. And then we come back down here to the curve. We'll hit the pause button just so we don't get anyone's noses out of joint. And then we will work this in on the new track. So that comes around the corner and then goes over to there. 60 k's now for the curve. I think we've basically just duplicated the existing one there. And then we'll do the same for the other track. So we'll need to whack in another signal here. Something like that. And then obviously once this chap's clear, we'll have to tweak it. Okay, so if you could avoid leaving, that would be great. So we'll just stop you from leaving, so that way we can switch the tracks over without you getting really lost and ending up on the wrong path. Okay, so yes, once he gets clear, he's probably clear enough. We can bulldoze this. Yeah, see, that was fine. We'll break everything, but yeah, we'll be fine here. So bring this new track around here. Well, not new track, but the old track going on a new way. And then we can start you up, and then we just make sure we've put all the signals back, and things should be golden. And by put all the signals back, I mean, I don't think we actually removed many. I think we removed some here, and that's about it. I know, I get it. Yes, new signals, very exciting. But that's fine, and we can probably not electrify this middle line just so we don't get confused. I'm going to turn catenary off, get rid of it there, and get rid of it there. Yeah, so that way we've done the junction, but we haven't actually done this goods line coming around the corner here, so that yeah, we don't think we've done something we haven't. Because if I want to run an electric train down here, for example, I'll look at this and go, well, I've only wired up the train, the track the oil line was using, and that will be fine. So we bring you around the corner here, and now we need to keep the curve going without sort of putting too much of a hill in next to the existing line. So let's just keep it flat until we separate at about 85. That's not too bad. And then, of course, we need to come up. No, we don't want to be flat anymore. We want to come up parallel up here because we are going to need to cross over. What we're going to do when we double track this, I don't know. We're going to have to put in some sort of fancy curve junction here. But as I say, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So 76, 75, yeah, it's much of a muchness, really. Now we should be able to back this off a bit. Oh, that was more than expected. And bring this around like this. Will that work? Yes, we should probably turn catenary on though, because we are going to need it. And we'll have to remember to wire up that bit we just built. Yeah, okay, so no, I might actually bring it up sort of level at 60 and then put the points in here. That might be a bit smoother. No, it's going to construction not possible me. Okay, what if I bring it the other way? You're going to be happy with that. Yes, okay. That's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. I mean, there's stanchions ruddy everywhere, including this one fouling the track. So we're gonna have to try again from it. No, don't construction not possible, man. I'm trying to bulldoze something. Yeah, see? Yeah, get. Okay, so bring this around 72. Yes, okay. And now maybe we just have to connect it up old school, sort of like this. 60. Yeah, good. No stanchions fouling anything there. And then another one in here. Let's go 60 again. The downside to this is while these trains are waiting for the oil train to come across, they're going to be blocking the passenger trains. So that is a solution we're going to have to look at in time as well. God, which signal are we going to use? Let's just use this one, I guess. It's got the magnet thingy on it, so that's good. And then obviously down here we're going to need a signal 2, just to allow trains to get as far off the main line as possible without being too much of a troublemaker. And then we'll need one going the other way, something like, well, this one doesn't have a diverging route, so we can just put in one like, say, that. I don't know what any of these signals do, so, you know, we're just guessing. Oh, don't forget, we've got to wire up this section here. No, that's under track, dingus. Catenary, yes. Wire that bit up there. Now, that should be the full circle built for the train. So if we go ahead and set up the line, we should be able to get away with this. So we want to start here. Terminal 2, fantastic, good start, good start, good start. We then want to bring the train all the way down here to our new oil terminal, which needs a new name. That will be Brackenheim Refinery. Booyah. Okay, so once we get to Brackenheim Refinery, we then turn around and, oh, I love it watching it twist and turn up there. We're going to come down and drop off the fuel here because, well, we're dropping off fuel for this town. Or do we though, or do we want to just come straight through quickly and drop off everything up here and have a separate fuel train down here? No, you know what? We've electrified up here. We may as well commit to it. If it's not working, we can take it back. We can do backsies. So then come through platform number 3. I think we set up. Yes. And then you come through on the wired track here, right around here, and that is all good because then you come up here. Probably should double track a short section of the goods line just to be sure as well. So this will be crude / fuel / oil ox to Brook to Strulls. For now. Why did I put an extra letter on that one? We might get rid of Strull at some point. And by might, I mean I'm pretty sure we will. Why do I still have you open? You've been moving for a long time. So, you know, no one likes an attention whore. Okay, so how are we going to double track this track here? Okay, so that's a successful diamondy thingy there, so we probably don't want to do that. We don't want to mess with that anyway. So why don't we whack an extra track in here and just come along. Yeah, we'll double track this bridge and just... No, because we're double tracking the wrong side, because if we want to double track that side, we have to come in from the other side, if that makes sense. You know what? I'm sure it's fine a single track. The worst thing will happen is one of the oil or steel trains will be waiting out here for the other train to come off the ranch, but I think we can live with that. We can also pay the loan down significantly, only to take it back out again for the new train, because we're well past the end of the year, so I don't know why I'm so excited about paying the loan down. It is time to go train shopping, though. First, we'll get the formality out of the way by buying a couple of trucks for fuel deliveries. We only need 2 to start with, just so that they know that they exist. Did we set that up as a line? I don't think we did. No. Okay, good work, us. Let's quickly... We haven't even set up the truck stop yet, so how could we have set up a line? Yes, good one, dingus. So that's expensive. That's far less expensive. Build it there. Good call. And we'll put that one in there and send it down there. And that will be Brackenheim fuel deliveries. Oh, someone just built a lot of new road up here. Completely pointless road, but new road nonetheless. And now I'll take it away again, because it looked stupid. So that's fine there. We'll send those 2 trucks out on there, just so the refinery knows that it wants oil to turn into fuel, because it has a customer. And now all we got to do is buy an electric train, which we can do at this depot here, because, well, we don't need to stop off here. Admittedly, it will be running empty for its entire trip down here, but that's okay, because we should probably set the trucks going on the oil transfer as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we'll do for starters. And what is that? That's Ochsenhausen oil, or oil Ochsenhausen. Good stuff. So now, by the time the train gets from the depot up here over to the siding, hopefully we'll have some oil generated up here and brought down to the siding for him, so he's not running empty. Because otherwise, if we started him up there, he'd just run empty both ways. Now let's talk trains. What do we got? Okay, we've got some options. Now, I'm thinking I want to run one big, heavy train for this. Admittedly, it'll lose money initially, because, you know, it'll have to run a bit to pump up the demand, but we are going to be trying to transport both fuel and oil out of here. So I reckon the oil well down there will get the picture pretty quickly. So for this one, I think we're going the E95. It is $6.7 million, but just watching this chap here with a full load of steel, I don't know if we want to go much beyond the train we've already got. That's the passenger train. That's pointless to look at. The steel train is working his way up the mountain, though. Okay, so he's pretty well loaded. He's actually bringing some plastic up too, and he's not really having too much trouble with the load. I do like the good mixing of the goods on the wagon, so that's really spiffy. So I mean, we probably could get away with an E44, even double-headed, but I'm tempted to just spend the extra on the E95, and plus it gives us a new engine to look at, which is really exciting, and I'm sure it'll pay off. You know, it's like when you buy a big boy; it costs a shed load at the start, but in the end, you end up with a winner. So we're going to whack that on. Freight wagons. Now, I have downloaded some German tank cars, but wouldn't you know it, they haven't appeared in the game yet. So, fantastic. What can haul liquids? I think it's just these freight cars here. So again, I'm sort of shying away from the American one, so I guess we'll go with the dodgy-looking default tank car, and we'll just buy as many of those as we can. So that's not that many. Okay, let's borrow some more money. This will be worth it, I promise. And if it's not, don't sue me. So how long are you? 205 meters. Let's keep going, or we're running out of money. 225. Okay, I think that's a decent capacity. 230 meters of train. Can we get... What's the capacity age? 9. 234, 243, 252. Yeah, no, we're probably pushing the friendship. Let's stick with 225 to start with, just so we don't blow our loan completely. And send you out on, where is it, crude fuel oil. Because, yeah, you are going to see some serious demand for oil when this thing decides it wants to start pumping out both oil and fuel. And calling them both oil is confusing. We're going to see a high demand for crude because we're making fuel and oil at the refinery. There you go, nailed it. And obviously we have assumed the position to see our brand new train come out. I believe the colour scheme of this engine is a bit dated now. I think we've moved on to the blue-grey, but obviously this one either isn't available in blue-grey or I haven't downloaded the model for it. Either way, we get a brown one, which is good because we get some visual variety. And besides, the wagons are grey, so that's got to count for something, right? And that is another very handsome-looking engine. God, they make some good models on the Steam Workshop. I mean, the default ones in the game are visually spectacular, but this is just something else. And look at that, it's even articulated, I think. Yeah, look, it's a bendy engine. Oh. So I think this is the bendy version of the one we've already built. And it's got a hood instead of the cab being right at the front. So he's wasting no time getting up to speed. How fast can you go? 70 k's an hour. I think that's the wagons that limit you. Let's have a look. Electric, what are you? Oh, no, you are limited to 70. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. What are the freight wagons limited to? 120. Yeah, okay. So slow engine. And I mean, we can always whack more tank cars on if we need to, because I get the feeling he's going to make mincemeat out of this hill, even with a full load. But yeah, off he goes. Look at you. Look at you go, my friend. Are you what's the word? Opposite-y. Oh God, I can't remember the word. I can't remember any words. What are words? Oh, you know what I mean. Not symmetrical. The opposite of symmetrical. Oh, hello. Oh, look at this. We get all three trains going at once. Quick, get into a good position. That would have made an amazing screenshot if I'd actually had the wherewithal to take it. But I see you've pushed out in front of the steel train, who is carrying a decent load of tools. Good for him. Yeah, there they are. Look at you. I like the way they've done the wagon. So they've got the generic goods load, and then they've just put whatever the specific freight type is on top. But hopefully he'll get out of your way, because you're 70 k's now. What's your top speed? 80? Yes, good. Okay, so you're going to follow him all the way down the hill, but that's fine. That is a nice-looking piece of train, though. Look at that. I reckon we need longer trains, though. I really want to see some 400-metre freight trains curving their way down here. And if we have room, you know, I don't think we can extend this station anymore. I think it'd break. But if we can, I would like to make the stations even longer as we march forward and get some really, really long trains going. Now, where are you? You're still coming into the tunnel. Okay, well, we'll position ourselves here for our finishing up our spiel as we do. Oh, we can see him 3 times if you want to hang around. There we go. We can really have our finishing up spiel now. But yeah, so we have gone ahead and connected up that oil well at long last. So hopefully that works out for us faster than the steel did. Next time, I'm going to look at the iron ore and the coal mines, because I suspect they're going to be ramping up their production in line with the increased demand from the steel mill. If we can get them to ramp up production, obviously that's a good thing. So I'm going to look at putting additional trains on, but I'm going to look at electrifying the lines. I don't think it'll be too expensive, and the electric trains aren't that much more expensive than the steam trains we've been using, but their power and their ability to get up to speed quickly is really, really impressive. I mean, I watched that steel train when it was fully loaded before. Went through the set of 45k points at the top of the hill there where our oil train is, and it just got back up to 70 k's an hour by the time it was through the tunnels. And I thought, you know what, that's pretty good. If it was a steam train, it would have been struggling. Not a lot, because we've got these fantastic Austrian engines that are getting the job done. But it would have struggled a little to get up to speed. But the electric engine just got up and went. And that was incredible. But yes, as I'm saying, I really want to get on and sort of electrify the coal and the iron ore lines, and potentially combine the 2 steel trains into one line and run that with electric traction as well, because we have electrified the whole route. So there's no reason we can't run an electric train on that route. It would be faster, carry more, and then we could redeploy the steam train elsewhere. We don't have to scrap it. I'd be interested to see how the Austrian steamers would cope with this hill, because we didn't go with the steepest grade possible. Oh, look at that, 1.18, fantastic. Let's pay the loan down before the end of the year. But yeah, leave it with me. I'm going to work on the rest of 1934, just earning some cash and paying the loan down off camera. Oop, there's our train again. And I'll see how this guy beds in, but then I'll do a bit of a fly around the map and just see, because maybe there's going to be a more pressing concern than the iron ore and the coal trains. I don't know. Maybe we want to indulge in some aircraft, because We've got passengers connecting between towns, but they're sort of only going to the next town over. So if we bring in some aircraft, we might really be able to open up the map for passengers, which I think would be pretty good. Whether we can afford aircraft or not, that's another matter entirely. But that's enough from me. Hopefully you have enjoyed the episode, and if you haven't, hopefully you can get some silver lining in watching our brand new train snake its way down the hill if you've hung on that long. I've been T-Nick. This has been, of course, Transport Fever on the River Delta map. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully I will see you next week. Until then, later days. God, that's a majestic sight. And look at that, if you even hung around after I said goodbye, you get to see autosave in action. And also the steel trains now appeared at the top of the hill too. I mean, the icing on the cake would be if the passenger train was climbing the hill too, but we already saw that going into the station, so we're not going to get that. But we're just going to be happy with 2 trains on the screen at the same time. Now that is a cool spectacle. I'm a big fan of this new line. You could say I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm obsessed.